image of a thing.
Oh yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yes, I actually Awen, Payday's character in Archon, have actually helped her develop the lore on that because she had an idea, she wanted to base it off this thing on the internet, and I said, okay, well that sounds like Fae shit, so let's go looking into that. Also, the name
I based
Awen.
it off an image on the internet. Then I put my own lore to it.
Basically,
Oh yeah.
I was able to successfully tie a name that Payday made up that's supposed to be a pun on anything you will ever need to Welsh mythology and the Celtic pantheon in the Forgotten Realms.
Oh, that's
Which
fun.
anything you will ever need anagram for Awen.
Yep, which is
That's
actually
pretty fun.
yeah, and it's referencing to Anwin, which is supposed to be the Welsh mythological underworld, which is also said to be a bountiful land, but is also the land of the dead.
You see,
So,
this is an encyclopedia right here. I didn't even ask her any of it, but he immediately started making connections for me. We were both doing it together.
yeah. So it's supposed to be like,
Sounds about right.
but it'd be like O Anvin would be the original version of the name, and that name was passed down over the generations of Awen's people, and it became Awen. So it was, of Anwin, O Anvin, and then it became Awen eventually, and it's a name that's just sort of
Yes.
passed down.
That's fun. That's fun. I like that.
There's no way Payday will remember any of that, and I doubt it'll come up.
Nope. Nope. But I'm not gonna lie, it is interesting, and at some point, if I was really good, or rather, at some point when we get together and do it, we'll have it like actually written down. I could actually use it elsewhere. If people allow me, but for now, it's just a
Yeah.
interesting background.
Yeah, so
We love interesting backgrounds, actually.
I love doing meme stuff. I got this barbarian with the spirits, and we just made the joke that it's all three muscly men from like JoJo
Yeah, it's
Bizarre
Pillar Men.
Adventure in the background.
Oh wait, that's so good. That's so good though.
Pillarmen specifically.
And it fits
I love
perfectly
that,
for
actually.
like Celtic tribesmen who would be scantily clad
Yeah.
into battle.
Yeah,
it
wait,
just worked.
so good. That's so good.
Do you play Fire Emblem?
I don't play Fire Emblem, but I'm very familiar.
Do you remember the game Three Houses?
Yes, yes, I'm intimately familiar with Three Houses.
Do you remember the character Leone?
Yes.
So one of my characters is literally Leone. I based off her on the one fun fact that
good.
someone said. Someone in this chat, was it comical? Comical or no, not comical. It was Astro that said never named your character Leon. So I said fine, and I made Leone.
I think it was Ghost who actually said that, but yeah.
I don't think it was Ghost.
I don't
was
remember.
It was either.
It was
I think it was Astro.
Leon! Remember? God, I miss Astro. Where the fuck is he? Someone drag him in here now. I need him.
Yeah, I miss him too.
I need Astro's stupidity in my veins.
You say that as if I did. I literally saw him like this past
I haven't
weekend.
seen him in weeks.
I was at his house. I was sleeping on him and his roommate's couch because I was at an event.
Damn.
How is he? How is he?
Oh, he's doing really good. I mean, yeah, honestly, he's doing really well. He's getting to do a lot more magic stuff now, which is pretty neat, I guess. But he seems to be enjoying his life, and his roommate is phenomenal. Maybe I'm biased because I'm good friends with both of them, but I mean, I think having somebody who is like a certified excellent cook as a roommate who also doesn't mind cleaning and is just generally likes to keep to themselves just like you like to keep to yourself, and whose only request is that if like he cooks and just happens to leave some dishes, just do them whenever, it doesn't matter when. That's a pretty good arrangement, you know?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it is.
He's doing pretty good though. Are we getting our Are we getting Cosmonaut in here or not?
I don't know.
His bro out.
I don't know. I'm going to act.
Everybody starts spamming him quick.
Cosmonaut, I have sent you a message like 4 weeks ago asking you to fill out a survey to see how much you suspect about the facade situation. You have not answered a single question. What the fuck?
So you need to send that. You need to send that as a voice recording.
Yeah. Cosmonaut, why have you not called in? Cosmonaut, police report. No, forget the police report now or I will hurt you.
But yeah,
This is
Payday,
your
we
se-
should interact more.
Yes, I would love that.
Noise.
Sorry, William, you were saying?
Oh, I was just continuing the Freaky's joke. I was gonna be like, yes, this is your second warning. A third one will result in disciplinary, strictly worded letter.
If a very strongly worded disciplinary letter will be sent to your mother, specifically to your mother, it will be delivered to her right hand. This sounds as if it is sort of funny and joking, but it means we know exactly where your mother is at all times and have access to her.
Oh no.
No!
God, no!
Which is shame because you clearly do not. You are a bad son.
Yes, you have not called her in 3 months. What is wrong with you?
Alright,
Now I'm just
gonna
waiting
quickly
for
go.
wholesome teal content after Tomb of Annihilation. Cesare, we have not heard from you in like 2 weeks. Where were you? You did not call, you did not answer sending, you did not give offering, you did not take blessing.
I might just have to write in a way to do this, to do my backup as my Tomb character. As much as I love Ivory and her bullshit.
No.
That's
I love
entirely
Ivory and
fair.
her. I love Ivory and the bullshit that she has going on. But this other character is just because she's actually like someone who interacts with people. You get a lot more funny shit.
Aw, I was so ready for the forest creature to become the Elizabeth to your Dorcoon.
Alright, I'll be right back. I just want to grab some water because I'm severely dehydrated.
I'm dehydrating
Oh,
right
that's
now
not
with
good.
coffee. I'm applying tannins to my insides. I'm preserving myself.
Coffee sounds actually, you know what? Maybe I go get coffee instead. It'll take a little longer, but honestly, it's probably worth it. If I don't have caffeine, I think I might just pass out while we're gaming. I'm so tired. I have finals in like less than 2 weeks, and a 6-page essay that is due the same day that one of my finals starts for that class, and then I have a recording project due like that weekend.
Wretched.
It's so dumb.
You know, when I was a kid, when I was just younger in general, the idea of doing an essay sounded like the most cursed and wretched thing in the world to me. I feel like if my teachers had just said, there's no word limit, pick a subject you enjoy that has something to do with this general idea, I would have written like 10-page fucking essays.
Freaky, I'm pretty sure you'd be like very good at the video essay.
Probably. I made it to English 3 honors. If I want an English degree, a chemistry degree, or a history degree, I can shave a year off that college. Because I was in honors 3 of all of those classes.
With writing 10-page essays is if everyone writes a 10-page essay, the teacher's work multiplies a great deal.
Well,
They
yeah,
have
which
to
is
mark all
why...
of those.
Yeah, which is why it's a good thing I didn't, because I fucking hated essays. I
I
think
also hated English.
I liked English, I hated essays. If you wanted me to give you a breakdown of what happened in the story, what it means, what this person intended by this, I can do that. Just don't make me just stretch it out for 6 pages. Just let me do it in 1. You will get a concise, clear explanation of every little thing in that 1 page. and you will know exactly what happens in the story. Why do I have to bloat it? Fuck you.
Write Wikipedia pages.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm basically writing, like, Forgotten Realms wiki-style lore pages for the Teal Spirit as we speak. Poor William has received some of that information. I had to convert Death Ek runes the other night.
Let's see. I will be right back. I'm gonna get a drink as well, and
Yeah.
then we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah, I basically had to look up the hit. I forgot, like, what script is the Teal Spirit language supposed to be written in? Well, fuck, I never picked one. I sort of thought about maybe making it have its own, but then that wouldn't exactly be necessary. So I decided Death Ek runes, because they are one of the most ancient scripts in all of the Forgotten Realms. They predate the Age of First Flowering. They were used by, like, the giants and the entire Nordic pantheon and the ancient dwarves and all that. They're actually one of the really fucking old languages that are actually tied to, like, intrinsic magics of the setting, like giant runes are. It's crazy. So it was perfect. It was the right culture and everything.
Let's see. Nick, when you get back with your drink, make sure you join in. And let's see. Freaky and Hex.
I'm
Do
here.
you remember what happened last session?
See you guys later.
Oh, goodbye.
See you, Patty.
Payday. Well, yes, Facade did get punched in the face for, like, creeping up on the party as Islyson. Damn, it was Ivory, too, so that it hurt emotionally as well as physically. Yeah, mostly, we didn't really do much. We were, like, preparing for the next arc. How would she have known better? She doesn't fucking know the deep intricacies of Ivory and Islyson's relationship. She's only really gotten reports. She doesn't know shit. It was Lois Renlail that was scrying on you. I wish Facade could scry. God, I wish Facade was like level 8. That'd be so much bullshit I could do. Wish Islyson was like level 8. Fuck.
So
Basically,
we went to chat with what's her name, the what's her name, Silverhand,
Yes.
and got into a bit of an argument. Ivory did not back a Kalos up, and then ended up getting like 3% or whatever per thing. Had a chat, agreed to involve us on the case, said she'd contact us if things went down. We went back home after some interrogation. Got Kalos and Ivory had a chat, pretty much just waiting for results, I think. Results of our secondary plan with the guy. Oh yeah, they're looking to recruit the guy, the dwarf.
Yeah, here I have his name written.
I have his name written down.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at just...
Drakbreaker.
I'm pretty good at just making up fucking dwarves. I've made like just 8 out of my ass in a matter of seconds.
Thunder Thighs.
Thorn Thunder Thunder Thighs, the greatest dwarven stripper the world has ever known. There's also a character one download actually.
Oh yeah. Right, don't we have the current address for the Xenothar's recruiting center?
I don't.
For the current, yeah. Or you have a address that they frequently use, because it moves around a lot, because, you know, criminal organization.
Yes.
Are you good, Hex? You sound very tired.
My voice is going. I will be quiet.
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that.
That's okay. I think it's all the dust I'm breathing in. I'm sure my lungs aren't very happy with me.
Oof, that's... well, if you need to, you're free to type if you need. I don't want you, like, straining yourself or anything like that. But yes, you guys, we had ended the session on. Yeah, you had the names and locations of a few of the Xanathar recruiters and a possible location for a Xanathar recruitment station.
My memory works as weird. So, the recruitment station, did we get word that it's time to try, or we just figured out where it is, or how to look for it? I can't remember.
It was given to you by one of Ivory's
Contacts.
contacts.
Yeah, and we
Yes.
did decide. Well, no, we already told
So
Silverhand.
it's either the one that they're using right now, or it's one they're going to use in the near future.
Did we decide if we want to betray the guard Silverhand at the last second and skip town, or if we're just going to play along and take our whatever percent?
I believe you guys decided that was a very bad idea.
I know we decided to side with the guard. I just couldn't remember if we picked that we were still going to get him at the last second, or if we were going to play nice for this one and hope for new treasures later.
We got guaranteed to be there when they were going after the vault, but I
Yeah.
think we're going to play along.
Yeah, I know we negotiated first pick within reason, more or less. Nah. Okay, so I guess we might be
Alrighty.
faking the dwarf this episode, huh?
Mm-hmm. Wasn't it a really bad storm right now too? So no one's going to be out anyway.
Yeah, we have time.
I believe that the really bad storm had like just ended, and as we
Oh, and we heard the rumors about the fucking cryptid. It's the hag coming after us again.
You don't know if she's coming specifically after you, but yeah, you had heard about a woman going around that actually made things feel colder as she was passing by.
Fucking beer hags.
No, it's just my ex-wife.
Oh no. It was so
Damn it,
cold.
Linda, you already took the kids.
So cold and dry. But okay. Fuck, I don't remember the insane... I remember Drakbreaker is very intense, or whatever. Adonia Drakbaker. Breaker, not Baker. A dwarven Xanathars aspire to has no living friends or family and claims to have caused the field ward bombing as an entry stunt.
Yeah.
One day, one of these fake illusions that I want to actually play as a character one day is Vaj Hunan, the backseat traveler.
You have done them.
No, I'm talking about like actually playing
like
as
as
a character.
actual characters.
Yeah.
Mm.
Vaj.
Like,
yeah. Literally.
Do the South Park bit where Bart draws on a poster, and then it's like, oh my god, he's right there.
Yeah. But no, I meant one day I want to actually play a Vaj Hunan, who is basically Tabaxi samurai fighter. He is everything weeb.
Oh, did you ever hear the story of Xander Bloodclaw?
No.
This guy basically went to Adventurers League, and he was a DM, and this one DM asked, "Hey, can you fit this other guy?" And he made like this.
Oh.
The new guy who's like played it for the very first time, and he made a Tabaxi named Xander Bloodclaw, and he made the edgiest possible character, and it's like, knives, orphan, a thirst for blood. And when he talked, it was like,
Lone wolf.
"Hello, my name is Xander Bloodclaw.
Oh, well.
I'm here to avenge my family."
Perfect.
And he asked the guy later, "Why did you talk that way?" And he's like, "What do you mean? That's how Tabaxi speak."
Nice. That guy was not a new player. He was lying. He was a fucking old hat. But no, I'm
Anyways,
thinking I want Avage to be an actual weeb. He's not from there.
but yes, so you guys are. It is just as the storm has been over for a couple of hours at this point. You are able to freely move around. You see as you head out, if you leave the building, that the street cleaners are hard at work. If I remember correctly, street cleaners, a lot of them are that's part of their criminal dues. A lot of them are low-level criminals, and that's how they're working off their sentence.
They have a full guild, but I think there might also be some criminal work. It's actually a respected organization, if I remember right.
Oh
wait, no, I'm thinking about another. I'm thinking about one of the stories I was reading.
We haven't gotten notice from them that they're ready to go yet, right? I believe that we still have some time.
Yeah, we're
because
waiting
Ivory might.
The guards,
What's his
yes,
name?
they are taking their time. You got notice that you all the Xanathar's Guild are recruiting for they're trying to recruit your boy the dwarf.
Yeah.
Your boy.
Yes, he's no one's boy.
Also,
in fact, he's the edgiest.
an important
Hey,
piece of
Demons, it's me.
knowledge.
Your boy.
I put cocoa in my coffee, and now it smells and tastes very good.
Interesting.
Yep, packet of Swiss Miss in the coffee, always a good idea.
If I had some good alcohol to put in my coffee, I would do that too, but alas, I do not. Because I'm broke. I can't afford that shit.
So, who wants to pose as the dwarf?
Well, I feel like, if anyone, it should be our illusionist, who can cast Disguise Self.
I believe our cleric can as well, our trickery domain cleric. What I'm saying is, who do we want to actually do it? Because both
I think
can probably do it
Kalos would blend in
effectively.
pretty well.
As the dwarf, Kalos gonna look like the
Honest?
dwarf. I'm talking, who are we going to have disguised as the dwarf talking to the informant?
The question is who's gonna also be able to pull off the conversation well enough,
Yeah.
because Ivory, if you haven't noticed yet, Ivory can get information, sure. She's not all that great at talking to people, though.
Facade it is then.
Sorry. I don't think Facade isn't with us again. Is she? I think Facade's still not there.
She's not come back. You have not
Yeah,
seen
she
her
still
since
hasn't,
the
which
face punch.
means that, what's his name? Because I don't think it's in my notes.
What, Drakbait?
That one guy who knows... The one guy who knows both of them.
Oh,
No.
no.
Lelanthier?
Lelanthier does not know
Yeah.
Facade.
Well, yeah, because if she hadn't shown up for, a while, Ivory was gonna see if she could get a quick chat in and be like, hey, there was a misunderstanding. If she shows up, I may have fucked up. Don't tell her that. You're not allowed to tell her that.
Lelanthier does not know Facade. They've never met that you know of. That you know of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, maybe could try it. Be a good way to test. Just, there's no known connection there.
Because I feel like I had vaguely remembered... Oh, right, because... Yeah, he doesn't know because we were like, because after Facade got punched by, or got the beat down from S. Lyson.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was drawing an imaginary connection there that wasn't actually there.
Yeah. And he didn't
But,
even know his Lyson was in town, as far as he told you.
Yeah, okay. Which is, again, makes the whole thing very odd and unusual.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was delivered the bug out notification, the code word, the safe word, the everything's fucked up and you're never going to see me again word. Also, so the I have to leave or we're both gonna die word.
Yep.
But
And that
yes,
word
so.
was grapes.
Yeah. So maybe then I won't. If we happen to be in the area, she might take a quick peek in, assuming that we're not immediately heading off. But she's not going to go there. She's not going to go out.
Let's put it this
just
way.
for that.
Above game, just do what you're normally gonna do, and you're probably gonna run into her. She's not exactly avoiding you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I mean, currently the name of the game is Wait.
Yeah.
The name. Yeah.
Let's put it this way. Freaky did not write this character to be frustrating, just a little annoying. You're gonna run into
Which is
her
quite
without
evident,
trying.
actually.
So, do we have the names of a few recruiters and addresses of recruiters?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Ivory has those on her. I have, according to my notes that I had taken, I have the names and last known locations of recruiters and a possible station. However, now these stations are confirmed to be buildings. However, they move them around, so if we don't act fast enough, they might move. But that's our best chance. There are people who are actively looking for him, so if we happen to show him off somewhere where they might be, they will probably see him. And then there's a couple things that are irrelevant to the initial thing at hand, a couple extra things.
So I feel like we should target single recruiters, because if we go to a center, there's not a lot of support we can provide. The thing is, once we get started on this, we have to do it quite quickly, because if we end up, as we likely will, have to kill the recruiter, then we're going to have to act on that information very quickly before they notice they're dead. You know, while interrogating and finding out if they know where this dude is.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also the fact that we have to be careful on where we're killing people, necessarily.
Facade did say last time that she does have a way to capture the recruiter, but can't do it alone, so backup will be needed.
Which is fine. We're still probably gonna, unless there is a way for him to not hate us and immediately go right out to everybody else, we're still gonna probably need to kill him regardless.
Well, I thought we were going to catch him and pry information out of him, because we're trying to get somebody who actually fucking knows something on the chair.
Well, catch him and pry information out of him, but once we get the information,
oh, yeah.
if we let him go, he's like, he has to die after he gives us the information.
We don't let people go, and if we ever let people go, what group are you talking about?
Akalos did that once, remember, when we were with Jargo, and he was like, look, I'd love to kill you, but unfortunately this person I'm with has the morals or something, I don't know.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess there's one instance where we didn't, in fact, kill this person. And we did not, in fact, kill this guy. There's only this one guy, though.
Yeah. Our moral compass was watching.
Okay.
Our
compass, who we...
A moral compass checks alignment neutral was watching.
Our Omnian drow moral compass.
Alright, so at this point we're pretty much waiting until Facade shows up. So
Yeah,
she
but we
can-
don't know when that'll be.
So Kalos is going
It'd
to
be-
go and find a random bit of parchment, and scribble on it. Facade, get your ass in here before we have to go hunt you down. We need to talk, and then he's gonna pin it to their front door.
That's pretty good.
That's
And then
kind
he's gonna come inside and be like, alright, hopefully, within the day that should sort itself out.
Always watching.
I assume she'll
Question.
swing by at some point.
Do you pin it to like the front door with like the bar, or do you pin it to like the door up the steps?
We get a knife
up the
and we
stairs?
stab it into the parchment on the
Aw.
front door.
Damn.
Look, I'm happy to do that at someone else's door, but I have to pay for repairs now, so.
Yeah, no, we don't want to do that.
You didn't put it on the third
door up
story.
the
Oh.
steps.
Damn, imagine if we had some of that solvent. Damn. That'd go crazy.
I'm sorry. Which one were you saying?
The door up the steps.
Okay. So yeah, you're pinning it to the door.
Yeah, the one that...
I'll once it's pinned, I'm gonna go back and quickly scribble at the bottom. To all others, please ignore.
Ignore... Don't worry about the fact that the door is unlocked.
Oh, the door's locked.
You see, you should have put it on the third story window. She's not gonna see it on the door.
Anyways.
Uh...
So yes.
So what? Do we want to just try and get like a short-term job while we wait?
I mean, I guess that's an option. Is there any preparations that we could do in the meantime for what's coming up? Anybody need additional gear that might take a little longer to get? It's not like we don't have the money right now.
Can always go and get some more potions of healing.
Honestly, that might be for the best.
To the alchemy shop.
Okay, yeah, you guys can. I love that every time. Sorry, give me a second.
Very good.
Yes, you guys will be able to head to the towards the market. It is rather tough going at first, but as you get closer and closer to the market, it appears that that has been rather prioritized. Obviously because of it is the market. It is where people spend a lot of their money.
The most efficient route.
And yes. Oh no. Looped and loops. My one weakness. Let's see. Wait, what the fuck? Oh. I just realized Roll20 changed my name.
Oh my god,
To
it's
what?
Silver Edmund, everyone.
Or wait, was that a joke?
What did it change your name to?
Silver Edmund.
Server admin.
Oh.
Or wait, no, I think that was a joke I made. I just don't remember what the joke was.
Oh, damn.
You should put in your AC and your passive perception.
Infinity.
Nah, it starts at like 100, and then every time he successfully doesn't remember something or something along those lines, it goes down by 1.
I like it.
All right,
Uh,
alchemy shop.
yes, you guys will head towards the alchemy shop, and once you sorry, give me a second.
Give us the list of available potions. Gillian. Provide us with thine catalog.
You will note on your way there that there is a group of about 3 of the like street sweepers who seem to be rather frantically going at a pile of snow on the side of the road, which seems to have fallen from the roof onto a 4th street sweeper.
I'm just imagining 3 guys with like those long brushes, like those long wooden brushes you use to like brush a deck or something,
curling.
like vigorously sweeping at this mound of snow.
It looks very funny, but the man is actually he's like suffocating. He's dying right now. Actively dying.
Actually,
I'm sure they'll get that
It's
sorted
not.
out.
It's not good.
Yeah, tree wells, man.
But yeah, you guys go past that as you see he is they've gotten him about halfway out by the time you got there, and yes, he is. You will like keep going to the market, which
It's always fun looking at the map and coming across my random acts of vandalism. I see you've deleted that one.
oh, sorry, I did. I was so confused in my head. I was like, wait, what the heck? The Marquette.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I've just fucked with so many street names on this map. I don't remember doing most of them. And then I'll just come across one and be like, oh hey, look.
Oh, hey, look, the consequences of my own actions.
But yeah, you're able
Done.
to find an alchemy shop. The owner is a very jolly-looking dwarf. He's got red hair with like streaks of gray in it. He's sitting behind the counter. You note that there's a few guards there, probably more than would have been there about a week ago. But
The consequences
there was
of
a
our
recent
actions.
robbery in the area.
The problem is, all those guards makes it easier to pose as one.
a guard walks up behind Ivory and just fucking decks her across the back of the head. It's facade.
But yeah, you're able to get some pretty good potions, like the standard of less regular healing potion, greater healing potion, potion of climbing, potion of there's actually a few potions of cold resistance in there as well. Let's see.
I don't need none of this fucking cold resistance. I got my booties.
Me and Achilles with our epic booties.
Our extremely fashionable booties.
That's a great, gamer tag. Epic booties.
Actually, you're so right.
Yeah.
I just burnt my tongue on my coffee. Ow.
Ha, pathetic.
We have a
Oh,
lot
no.
of signs on our site right now because our construction site is wrapping up, and they're like, please
I've
take
just
off your boots
singed.
or put on your booties, because that's
I've
what we
just
call the little boot
singed.
socks we
Booty.
put on.
But
I'm just thinking about the
I'm
booty.
sorry for your
Mm.
loss, Nick. I hope it heals quickly.
I've just singed every taste bud on top of my tongue.
All tastes of iron and nothing.
Actually, it tastes like pain, but like not a super hurting pain, but like one where it's like just uncomfortable enough for it to be like, well, uncomfortable.
So, William, what are you trying to tell us? We're a bit cut up.
Sorry,
today.
Let's see.
Yeah, just put that
Yeah, what are these
catalog in
potions? I want to know what these potions.
These fine
be
drinkables.
like.
Do any of them taste good? Give me your best tasting potion.
Gives you a filter of love.
Nice. I mean, here's the thing. The sensation of being in love is a very nice thing. I could see people drinking that shit recreationally.
Let's see.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Literally, you,
If there was...
Like, I could literally see hire the prostitute, drink the filter of love. Night's twice as good now. Which then goes into why I wrote the idea of quote-unquote enchantress being a mode of employment, because an enchantment wizard who does the shady nasty for a living would be more valuable than one that does not. That is not a enchantment wizard, I mean.
There you go. That's probably the ones that are more in your price range.
Fuck, that hill giant strength.
Ooh.
For one combat, you don't miss.
Damn, that potion of greater healing is voicey.
Yeah.
How many... Okay, individually... Well, I guess technically only Kalos is valid to have this conversation, but because I think we divvied them up, who still has their potions of healing? Because I have one common potion on me.
I have one common as well.
Okay.
That's...
Hill Giant Strength might be kind
That'd only give me...
of... But that is...
It wouldn't be good for me.
Yeah, it
It would
would.
only give me
What does
plus
that
one.
increase it to?
Oh,
21.
yeah. Oh, that's right. Hill
Okay.
Giant's 21. That's actually not great.
That's still pretty... You know, that's still... 21, that's still
It's good for our level.
solid.
Yeah, it is actually good for our
Yeah.
level.
I'd rather have a potion of greater healing.
They should make the Hill Giant Strength ones cheaper, because it just sort of puts you 2 levels ahead of the first 4 levels of the game, then falls off.
I'm level 4 and it's practically worthless.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ooh, Oil of Slipperiness. For 200 gold. Ugh.
It does work for 8 hours.
Oh, okay. Better. Yeah, Facade doesn't have any healing potions. But you guys don't know that.
We don't know that. Hmm.
You know nothing about Facade. All is lies.
We might get
We
a potion
don't.
of greater healing
It's
that
alright.
wipe me out, but you know.
That would wipe both of us out. I can't...
To be honest, I don't think we need it. We have a cleric. We have. I can do a bit of healing. If we all just have a potion of healing,
Two
I
of...
think
Isn't there not 2 of us? I think there's 2 of us now.
Oh, yeah, he is also a cleric, isn't he?
Yeah, Yago is a cleric.
I
I
would...
think we'll be fucking fine.
Look, I'm just... Look.
Yeah, I mean, the other things are kind of are pretty interesting too. I mean, admittedly, most of the things I have prepared are just healing or doing, well, making other people hurt, I guess. I don't really think niche, but
You guys need a masochistic blood sorcerer. That's what you need.
my backup wouldn't have this issue. Anyways, I mean, I guess we can think on it. To be honest, I wouldn't mind pocketing one more healing potion just in case, even if it's just a common. Get something extra just in case.
Listen, all you have to do...
At the very least, we can make sure that Jago has one on him. She doesn't know that Facade doesn't have one, so...
Yeah, that's fine.
I think Yago did stay at your guys' place.
Yeah, he was with
night.
us. He was with us, yeah.
He probably would be there with you right now. Let me check, see if he has any potions of healing on him.
Probably would, yeah.
Guys, you just have to wear the Facade and my backup and you'll have a healer, sort of.
We have two healers here.
Jago does in fact have a potion of healing.
Oh. Still, I mean, not a bad idea to have more than one, I guess. Depends on how you lot feel about it, I guess. I'm willing to buy one just for myself, frankly.
The more healing we have at hand, the less spells we have to use.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Perhaps just a common H thing. Okay, also we'll just buy a common healing potion, I suppose.
Alright.
We'll
Or if we're all
we'll
gonna
just
buy
take
them, maybe we can barter a discount. So, does anyone else getting anything?
I don't want to spend any of Cosmonaut's money while he's not here.
I'm trying
to
place Chaco's accent.
maybe we could maybe if we get 3 we can get a little bit of a discount off for the batch.
He's like a little bit French.
Yes, Jago, well-known French.
A little. Like a Frenchman who's
Not
lived in the United States for
Cosmonaut,
a
just
long
Jago.
time. Yeah.
Jago is from Forgotten Realms, France.
Yeah, that would be Like, you can actually sort of place where the inspirations are on the map, and is actually the sort of France-Spain area. France, Spain,
I don't
Portugal.
doubt you. I just think that Fantasy France is objectively funnier.
I mean,
Just as a concept.
Join Archon. William basically let me create Fantasy France. It's called Pordieu. They speak to say.
You know how you like merge words by like start of one word, the rest of another. So like the Fantasy Austria would be Fostria. Fantasy France is still just France.
France.
France, but with 2 Fs. The first F is silent.
Yeah.
The port of them.
Maybe we could. Maybe if we buy 3, we could maybe negotiate a little bit of a lower price.
Yeah,
assuming that.
I assume I don't know. That's Jago's money. I don't know if really I'm gonna spend it without him being here, so.
Yeah, that's what I was saying as well.
Yeah, alright. We put this on the back burner for now.
Well, I mean,
on a
we could just-
technicality.
Mm,
Well, if we don't want to do potions then right now, then I guess, we could at the very least maybe go take a look around the possible location. We don't have to get too close or engage, but we could at least see about where it is, see the types of people wandering, get a better idea of who we're dealing with. For the recruiters, that is.
The problem is Xanathars knows who we are and we're somewhat conspicuous.
Well, if you feel that give me... I hate to burn spells, but... Nah, I can't even do it right now. It's not prepared. I don't have disguise self prepared. Woo! The one time it would be actually kind of useful.
Should probably get that ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess.
Alright,
Well,
day off
If-
then?
we can't. I guess. To be honest, I'm a little restless with nothing to do.
Did we ever
We could always
stake
just-
out Candle Lake Lighthouse?
What the fuck is Candle Lake Lighthouse?
Supposedly there might be Zentarum there. According to my
Yeah.
notes.
You did not.
I didn't even have that in my notes.
Yeah. I don't even know why I did. But I did. I felt it was important, apparently. I need to start taking real notes, because if it was a week between, I'd remember better, but...
That Candle Lake Lighthouse isn't even marked on the map. Is it this one at the
Do
bottom?
you have an approximate location?
I assume near the water, near the bay, probably in the dock ward, I'd imagine.
It's in the bay. It's actually like right in the middle
I
of
bet
the
it's
freaking
this
ocean.
one right here. I bet cash money it's this one.
It could very well be.
Next to Brother Carmichael.
I think it's the one below the south gate.
Let's see. The sound-
Actually, I think you're
Maybe.
both wrong. I think that it's all the way down here, right in the middle. One of us has to be right, right?
That
Well,
looks a bit
that's how
big
this
to
works.
be,
Uh,
the lighthouse, though.
Actually, yeah, the one I point out's behind the wall. That's no good.
Also,
Yeah, I
look,
guess it is probably this one.
the one you pointed out, Freaky, has no cliff on the right and a cliff on the left, so it would slope up, so that would be behind the hill and the wall.
Yeah. It's on the dip.
William, where is it?
He's working on that.
We're begging for your knowledge.
Relinquish the information.
William V. Crave your knowledge.
Let's see. What was it called again? The what lighthouse?
It is called
Candle
Candle Lake Lighthouse.
We're gonna go to Candle Lake Lighthouse and beat some people up, and Fasade's
Oh.
gonna be there, like,
No, Zentarum
Waiting
hide out
for
on
us.
Candle Lane. Was that what you were talking
watch
about?
as
I think so.
This was Neverember and Floon Blagmar when they were involved right at the start.
Oh.
They were both captured and Neverember was taken to his Zentarum hideout on Candle Lane, a warehouse with a snake symbol on the door, and that was the warehouse where the Kinku attacked.
Fair enough.
Candle Lane is a street we've been to then.
Why do I have that so low in my note? Okay. That's fine. Fair
Right,
enough.
It
and
might be an entirely
why is it
different
marked
thing.
as a lighthouse?
No, if it might just be a lighthouse that's on Candle Lane, and they also happen to have a warehouse there. Where is
Yeah.
Candle Lane?
All of us zooming in.
Oh, it's here.
stupidly
It's
close.
directly above Colat Towers, above the flamethrower. So probably not a lighthouse there then.
No, there's just a lighthouse in the middle of the open street.
Maybe the water used to be a lot higher, and it's I don't know.
Or a lighthouse
William,
could actually refer to something else.
Inform us.
Let's see.
It's probably not important right now because that's something we already did that for some reason was much lower in my notes than it should have been.
Also, we don't really have any beef with the Zentarum.
I think we will in the very near future. This is preemptive beef.
This is pre-beef, as they say.
This is the moment we make any sort of very visible move that says we're with the Guard or with Xanathars or with ourselves, they're gonna have beef with us.
This is just the whole ass cow. This is just the living cow before it becomes beef.
Tasty.
But yes, so you guys want to purchase 1 healing potion each, or you want to purchase 3, or?
Yeah. I guess us two will just purchase a healing potion each. I don't know. Rival
Yeah, we each purchase 1.
Okay.
These things
Do you
don't go
to
off.
try
right?
and? I'm sorry.
These things don't go off, right? They don't expire.
No.
Not in a human
Not that I'm
lifetime.
As far as I'm concerned, no.
The magic can fade, but it takes hundreds of years.
Do we want to try and bargain?
You can try if you want.
It would be easier to
what?
bargain if we got more than 1.
I think Ivory, you go ahead. If we're getting 2 each, I feel like you're feeling particularly charismatic today. I just don't think a Chaos has it in him right now.
Miss
For
minus
some
1
reason.
charisma.
Hopefully.
Couldn't tell you why.
You know you're allowed to just roll a check, right?
Well, I mean, Ivory will just kind of be like, well, I mean, considering we are buying more than 1, perhaps we can negotiate a slight discount, perhaps.
Bats half illusory eyelashes.
I have, guys, I promise, I have proficiency in persuasion. Trust. Trust.
Yeah, roll deception
Chaos
for
will
that.
provide assistance with his proficiency in persuasion.
I do.
Yeah, go ahead and roll persuasion.
With advantage.
Yippee.
With a 10.
She didn't try very hard.
Huh, I guess you should have helped
you
me, that
will-
would have been 11.
He will look to you and he will say, well, I would like to, but unfortunately, with you buying only 2, that wouldn't make much sense for, if you bought 3 or 4, I'd be more than willing to give you a discount.
Well,
but
maybe
with
if we get, I would agree to 3 personally, depending on what the what kind of discount you were thinking.
Tell you what, if you purchase 3, I'd be willing to give them to you for 135 gold instead of 150. That's 5 gold each. That's 10%.
I think that's fair, personally.
Sure.
Sure, we can do that. You have yourself a deal.
Wonderful. In that
I
case,
can help fund the rest of that. I'll help foot the rest of that since it was my idea, but
Alright. I'm going to put some money into the group fund.
Alright. So yes, he will like nod to you and he'll say, "Oh, it's a pleasure doing business with you."
yes, likewise.
If you need any other potions, you're more than welcome back.
Thank you very much. And then we get our potions. Woohoo! So that was 135. You said?
Yes. 135 total.
Okay.
Each potion is worth 45 gold.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll do the math on that really quickly in just a second here.
But yes, is there anything else you wish to purchase while you're here?
No, I think we're good.
Nope.
Actually,
I think that I mean, that settles kind of what I was hoping to do. I'm just glad that we have a couple
I'm
more
going to
healing potions.
I'm going to buy.
So
some
we've already
manacles.
paid him. Oh, okay. Oh, manacles. Wait, that's a good idea too.
There's a
Um,
lot of shit I need that I don't have.
Okay.
Hex, you paid 50, right?
I paid 45 for my own.
You paid.
I
Okay.
think honestly we can mooch the rest of it off onto when he gets back, and we can talk to him about it onto Jaga.
Okay, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I will add the additional one into my own.
So yes, anything you wish to purchase that is just normal adventuring gear, you can purchase basically at cost.
Mm-hmm. We'll do that.
Almost kind of want to get a grappling hook if I can find
That
one.
is one of the things I am obtaining.
You do have
Yeah,
the
you
strength
can-
and tendency towards crime.
Yeah,
We're gonna
easily
get
a grappling
some
hook.
grappling hooks. Let us get some grappling hooks.
Yes, you can very easily do that.
Excellent. Excellent.
Excellent Smithers.
It is guide me in.
Oil me, Smithers, I'm dry.
God damn it.
Anyways,
Oh, I never got a grappling hook for Facade. Ooh.
No, you did not.
so yeah,
Grappling hook.
like rope, grappling hook, manacles, candles, oil, like whatever you need to purchase, you are able
Ooh.
to. As long as it's like a non-magical thing. If
Do we
you'd like to grab
wanna...
anything else magical, that's
Ooh. I'm really tempted to buy the stuff to get a good Molotov cocktail going on.
yeah, if you want to.
You want
Mm.
Molotov cocktails or sparkers?
Molotov cocktail, of course. I know what I said.
The cheaper alternative.
Oh yeah. Look, we're not necessarily strapped for cash, but I want to keep it that way.
Yeah, we're strapped enough to where buying Alchemist Fire is a little crazy. Even if it's just like
Yeah.
two.
I want to get enough to make like 5 of them. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just 5 flasks of oil, so a little bit of cloth.
Yep.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I believe a flask of oil is 1 gold?
1 silver.
1
1
silver.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was honestly thinking it was more likely it was 1 silver, but I couldn't remember really at first. The cloth
Conversion
you would
rates
need.
are crazy.
Yeah, the cloth you would need probably about a copper. You don't need all that much.
Okay.
Just maybe like a strip of cloth or a strip of cotton or something like that.
All right.
But yeah,
Awesome.
Basically just getting a bolt of cloth and 5 oil flasks.
Yeah.
Well, not even a bolt of cloth, like a shirt.
yes. Anything else you'd like to purchase?
I've just got a bunch of random adventuring stuff at cost.
Okay.
Actually,
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm buying a bunch of various shit worth 15 gold. Can I get a discount on that? Just I'm assuming it's all at the same store. Just like manacles, chalk, steel mirror, grappling hook.
Alright, I think I'm
Uh,
also gonna. Maybe 2 of us should have a pair of manacles just in case.
Very
So maybe
useful
I
thing
should
to
get
have.
one. Yeah, I think I will also grab
I
a pair of
assume
manacles.
It's like a camping store where there's just a bunch of random shit, but it's like an adventuring store, you know?
That would be a general good
Go
show.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll a tasty
This time,
persuasion check, please.
I will roll persuasion. Would you like to assist me, Nick?
I would love to assist because I'm also there buying manacles and presumably
You
things
double
for
that
my
20.
definitely not Molotov cocktail.
Ooh, a dirty 20. Not bad. Yeah, with 15 gold, he will knock it down to 12 since you're buying so much.
Alright. 3 gold back.
Do I still have a crowbar? I don't. I'm gonna buy a crowbar.
Shit, do I still have
Buying a
Uh,
crowbar.
He used it to kill Tim Drake.
Oh,
I need
do.
my
I have
crowbar.
I have a Dungeoneer's pack.
Well, I also have a crowbar now. Independent of the. Awesome.
All we need is like 2 more things of rope, a block and tackle, and a 10-foot pole, and we're ready for ye olde dungeoneering.
Ready for the Tomb of Horrors. You won't actually be, but
No, we will be. Trust.
nobody's ready for the Tomb of Horrors.
Gygax did that to mess with his players. Little did he know the Tomb of Horrors invites a style of playing D&D that makes the DM suffer.
But yes, so
Awesome.
you guys
Excellent.
are able to like purchase all these things, and yes, you note that more and more people are like going outside after like the whole thing. Most people waited for the snow drifts to subside. Some people are like you in that they like headed out almost immediately to get what they need. Perhaps some of them live. A lot of them probably live nearby. less trudging through snow than you did, but that's neither here nor there. And yeah, as you are doing your shopping trip, you will find someone you actually do recognize, which is one of the waiters, or one of the wait staff for the Yawning Portal. This young elf lass. Well, young looking. She looks to be about late 20s, but that could be 20 or 200 for elves.
Well, it's a
As we all know, that means. Sorry, go on.
No, yeah, that was right. They're like Saiyans. Like until you're 30, you're growing, but after that, you just look the same until you're like 250, and then you rapidly decay. Or sorry, 650.
Which is how we explain that they don't. Which is why we don't have to change their design.
Yeah. I mean,
Side note, my bones hurt.
Oh.
Ugh.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
Oof.
I like how I like the question of in game or IRL. Ivory just fell down a flight of stairs and told nobody.
Oh.
She's limping. She's limping. She's like, I'm fine.
Her.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's weird because there was no flight of stairs there.
That's why she fell. She thought there was a flight of stairs when there wasn't.
My bones.
Anyway, so yes, is there? Yeah, you'll actually see someone that you like somewhat recognize as one of the wait staff at the Yawning Portal. She seems to be perusing some of the silks, or not some of the silks, some of the like bedding options, like looking at like some of the nice, very thick blankets.
Hmm.
You have been fooled. It is
Extra cold winter.
Get down.
I'm sorry, Nick. What'd you say?
Ivory was just like, for the extra cold winter, huh?
She seems like a little bit startled, like when you talk to her, like clearly not having expected anyone to speak. But she will recognize you, considering like you're somewhat of a regular there with hanging with Volo and all that sort of thing. So yeah, she'll just calm down a little bit and be like, "Oh, yeah. Some of the, Mr. Durnan asked me to come get some of the thicker blankets, especially with the storm. Some of the guests are insisting that our current accommodations aren't adequate to the cold."
Rather unusual complaint considering how long you've been here. Though I guess things change.
Well, this is this is the coldest winter we've had in a few decades, so it does make sense that Mr. Durnan wouldn't be supplied for it, considering how no disrespect to him, how short he's been here.
I can understand that. At least somewhat.
The elf saying, basically being like, "Oh, he's so young, he doesn't know."
Durnan being 50-something years
Oh,
old.
look at the little baby. He's only been here 50 years. Oh.
But what brings you here? You doing another job for Mr. Villa?
Not quite. Just preparing for some potential future work. We're still waiting to hear back
Mm-hmm.
from our employers. That is potential employers. It's strange. It's strange, but hopefully, most likely.
Well, I hope everything goes well for you.
Thank you. You as well. We should probably be off now. Take care.
And you as well.
We skedaddle. That was probably for Jago, but Kalos, that was probably like the most like reasonable, polite conversation Ivory has had with just a person in weeks. That hasn't been like you guys. She's been kind of broody. This is more akin to when you first met her initially.
Before you got her burned.
Her emotional support elf ? Is missing.
Oh no.
Emotional support / positive or emotional support / negative. We'll never know.
You'll never know.
Honestly, for all intents and purposes, it could be facades and or a slice in make me better, and by make me better, I mean make me infinitely worse.
It's like having a cat.
It's like having a what now?
A cat.
Oh yeah, 100%. Any cat that's not my girlfriend's cat. My girlfriend's cat is just sickeningly nice, and it's like, I wish she'd leave me alone. I wish.
Needy.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand. It's not separation anxiety, because he's fine living at other people's houses, but if he knows that she's home and he's not allowed to see her every 30 seconds, it's like a human baby. And he cries and cries and screams and fights his brothers to get attention because he knows you'll come look at him, and if he will force his way onto your lap, put both arms up on your shoulders, and start kissing your face and eating your hair if you're not paying attention to him every 5 seconds.
Oh no.
Damn.
He also does this when you're sleeping and when we're on the phone. He knows when I'm phoning my girlfriend because he recognizes how she talks to me, and every time he hears that she's talking to me on the phone, he comes up and tries to sit between the phone and her, and he has really good control over like his paws, where he moves them like fingers, and he will like grab the sides of your face and like hold your face and stare at you, and it's the weirdest fucking thing. I don't like it when it's like
really
baby
funny.
fingers.
I'm sorry.
It really is. It's hilarious. But I don't like that this cat is using his paws like baby fingers to grab your face and hold you and scream at you.
Yeah, a cat that did
Oh,
that.
God.
Brother's
but yeah.
like, I have opposable thumbs and you will know it.
But yes, so, as you guys will be able to, head out and, what do you wish to, do you wish to go anywhere particularly? Like, head back to the mansion? Like, what do you want to do?
Yes, sit back
Yeah,
to the
Kalos.
Yes.
What kind of alcohol do you like? Weird question. I know.
Yes.
I suppose I prefer sweeter liquors, but also spirits, rums, and such.
I see. I see.
Poison you with.
I was just figuring. You know what? Never mind. I'll figure something out for later. But
Forced
helpful.
to consider what kind of drunk Akalos is.
We have no idea. Maybe one day we'll know.
But yes.
I would. Would I know of some? I would assume that I would know of some good places to get some alcohol, to get something. Maybe
yeah,
not
of course.
exactly to what he's describing, but if you're gonna start heading back to the mansion, then I'll catch up with you in a bit then.
Very subtle. Sure. And he will return to the mansion for a rest day. Been a while since we've had one of those.
We're busy.
Ivory's gonna go and try to find something akin to what Akalos was describing.
A good quality plum
Strong,
wine.
but on the sweeter side.
Sounds good. Yeah. I'll say yeah. Roll a perception, investigation, or persuasion, depending on how you want to go about. You know.
Perception, for sure.
Okay.
We get that perception.
Find some authentic
Dang.
Feywild liquor.
With that roll, I don't think so.
It'll take you a little bit, but yeah, it's not that hard to find a liquor store, especially at the market.
Well, you didn't like
The
the
mark
A, so I
I-
figured I'd try a different vowel.
An 8-foot
You mean
tall
the-
woman with red hair in her 50s is there.
Also, it's pronounced market.
I will destroy you.
No, it's the mark I... Trust.
Don't you
but
mean
yes.
the marquee? Yeah.
The marquee, the marquee. It's the marquee.
I was making a very, very unfunny, kind of funny, but stupid joke about Australian and New Zealand ways of putting IE after everything to kind of cutesy it up. You're welcome, X.
Good lord. But yes, anyways.
Sometimes it's Y.
You're right. Foolish of me.
It's usually Y, actually.
But yes, yeah, you're able to find it'll take you a few minutes, a marquee. Yeah, it'll take you a few minutes, but yeah, you're able to find a store that sells alcohol, as yeah, you'll see, again, a few guards in the building. They are, as well as the person behind the counter seems to be a gnome. They are male, like somewhat like rather pale, with very like voluminous blonde hair. Like it looks like it would go like down to like the mid shoulder, like between the shoulder blades, but it's so poofy that like it doesn't go below the neck.
It's giving like it's so like wig coated. Like it very well could be a wig. You'd never know.
Like a powdered wig.
Alright, well, she meanders in. Kind of gives the
Yeah, you see about
um
4 or 5 other people in there, like looking at various wines and ales and things like that.
okay.
But yeah, you will be
Excuse me.
greeted by the proprietor.
Yeah.
Alas, what
Um
what do you need? What are you looking for?
Hi, I was curious. I'm looking for something that's probably on the sweeter side, not necessarily something strong. Stronger, no, it doesn't have to be the strongest thing, but something strong, something sweet. That's really what I'm running off of right now.
Strong and sweet. Well, we do have a few things we can get you. We have various cordials. We have some cider. We have some mead. What are you looking for in
Hmm.
particular?
That's the main question, but the mead sounds like a good start.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could tell me a little more about the ones that you have here. My apologies, I'm not the most educated in these things. It's a gift. So,
Oh, it's no bother. Well, cordials are more made of are more syrups, almost, mostly used for. Some people drink them as is, but recreation is for infidels. Uh, some people drink them as is, but they're mostly used for cocktails. The ciders are basically just alcoholic fruit juices. Like apple cider, orange cider, peach cider, that sort of thing. Mead is basically just honey left to ferment with yeast. It's quite sweet, and most people would never know there's alcohol in it if you don't tell them, for a good number of them. We do have various strengths. The highest of the Cordale is about 50 proof. The highest cider we have is about 80 proof, and the highest mead we have is 100 proof.
oh wow. What are your meads running at?
For one of the higher
Something
proof
that's good.
Do you wish for just mead, or do you wish for something flavored? We have some cherry mead. We have some honeysuckle mead. We have some rose hip mead. We have we have this very nice bottle of a citrus mead. I personally like that one.
How much does that one run?
Citrus, that'll run you about 3 silver.
I'll take it.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Remembers the normal
lovely.
price of living of regular non-adventurer folk.
Real. All right.
Alright, then did you want anything else, or just the one bottle?
Hmm. Perhaps this, as well as one of the cherry. Actually, we'll make that two.
Very well. The cherry will. The cherry is. Let's see. The cherry is 2 silver. The citrus mead is about 60 proof, and the cherry mead is about 75 proof.
Wonderful. She will slide the. It kind of counts through the stuff that she's got. Most of it's not silver, but she manages to find some in there and slides it over, along with an extra piece.
Does Ivory sort her coins, or does she just have a big sack of random mixed coins?
I think it depends. Like, she has 2 stashes. One of them is organized and she doesn't take it out very often, and the one that has like stuff for, when she's going out just buying things like this, it's probably not sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll slide over an extra silver piece. Thank you for the help. I appreciate it.
Oh, yes, of course. Feel free to come back anytime.
I'd like to, at some point. Seems like you have a lot of good stock in here. Shame I don't get to drink more.
I certainly try.
Wonderful. Well, I'll see you around. Thank you again. And she gives a short, polite bow and takes the bottles, and we'll head back to the manor.
Yeah, he'll give you a courteous nod of the head as you head out.
Yippee. Yeah, for real. Well, if you think about it, this is something that is something that she does. If you think about how she buys things a lot of the time, she does tend to leave tips. People probably would have noticed this by now. She, despite being broody, TM, she does appear to leave tips. Pretty substantial ones most of the time. I think the only purchase that she's purchase that she's made so far that she didn't tip was the boots.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think so. All right.
And yeah, you have your 2 bottles of mead.
At the manor.
Yeah, it's at the manor. I love that.
Smash cut. While Ivory is out buying alcohol. What is everybody else up to?
I think Jago is just with Akalos.
I like to imagine that
Wait.
Akalos is trying to sit alone in his room and have an emo boy moment, and Jago is just sitting on a chair right across.
Alice is dramatically laid out across the couch, brooding, and Jago is sitting completely normally next to him and kind of ruining the mood.
Oh, by the way, we've been raided.
Jago is just here.
My shiny guy
hello.
VR,
What?
god damn! I didn't
Oh
know
my
shiny
God.
raided my stream.
Hello.
Hello.
Very nice. Very
Hello.
Nice.
Shiny raid.
Hey chat.
Alright.
Hey chat.
Oh,
God.
But yes.
Guys, the lid on my coffee is stuck. This
You've
is so
come at
sad.
quite a slow moment.
That's unfortunate.
We're shopping, unfortunately.
We're
Just
literally
finished
in
shopping,
between
so-
jobs right now.
I just finished shopping, so shut up. It's not shopping anymore. It's shopping's over.
Has there been any noise from the door since I put that note up?
I will ask, has there, Freaky?
No, there is not. I did tell you where Facade is, but that was weeks ago. Facade's at the... Well, I'll go ahead and say it. Facade's at the Yawning Portal. Remember
fair
bottom
enough.
room last time? But they'll be here
Yes.
inevitably. I won't miss anything if I just hang out here.
Oh! I forgot she brought that room. Yeah, she did do that, didn't she?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That was weeks ago.
You know what? We should have remembered that she bought that because that's where she was staying.
Not...
Well, I guess she hasn't been staying with us, so like
Yeah. I think Facade's only been to the manor, like, once.
once or twice. No, it was twice. No, it was once, wasn't it?
Yep.
It was when.
Well, no, we've had meetings in the secret meeting room, TM.
Oh, yeah, but we've only had like 2 since Facade's been there. At least rooms for the secret meeting. In the secret meeting room.
Either way. Yes,
Either
he
way,
is
what are you
definitely-
guys doing? What are you doing?
Well, like I said,
Monologuing
dramatically
dramatically.
laid out across the couch.
Is he monologuing to himself?
No, he's not really a monologuer. He's just sort of moping, but making it
I
everyone's
don't know why,
problem.
but I just imagine him on like one of those like Victorian like half couches without the, the ones where it's like the
The chaise longue.
the
This
the,
is a
the
3-seater
dramatic-
couch.
the dramatic fainting couch.
Yeah, chaise longue.
Victorian women.
No, but this is a 3-seater couch he's sitting on, and he's taking up the entire thing, and he's making sure everyone in the room knows it.
Even though he's like 5 feet tall max.
Mm-hmm.
He's like
You cast
stretching. the legs.
enlarge on yourself so that you can take up the entire space.
Imagine
He's
someone
got
goes
his
to sit
hands
next to you,
above his
and
head.
you're like, and you don't want them to, so you just cast enlarge on yourself, so you're something taking up the seat they're about to sit in.
Somehow, a Kalos, despite having most emotion ripped out of him by his patron, still finds it in him to be a dramatic bitch.
I love it.
Couldn't rip that out.
So this is the scene you come home to. I assumed Jargo is like quietly reading next to him.
Something like that. Yeah, he just every now and then makes sure you're good, but
You're alive.
yeah,
He's
If he
like,
says
this guy
anything-
hasn't.
Like Kalos will immediately respond with a dramatic sigh.
It's gonna be the Paradise Lost
Anything.
painting.
If he keeps trying to
Hey,
talk,
can you pass
Kalos will
the
just sigh
salt?
louder.
oh my god, Aklos is a teenage girl.
Yeah,
He,
he has decided.
No.
he's somehow doing the Paradise Lost pose on the chaise longue.
He has like a
Uh,
foot. One of his foot is on like the back of the couch. The other is somehow slightly falling off. Fully just laid out. Anyway, so Ivory opens the door, and his head sort of lolls over to look at you, and he's like, "I have been sitting here for less than an hour, and I am already so bored. I see now why we keep taking jobs immediately."
So you finally understand my point of view. That's good to know.
Speaking of, should we go take one?
Honestly,
Perhaps
at this point,
get a little bit of extra cash before we go meet with the recruiters. Volo did
That
say
seems
he
like
had
a-
a few for us when we last saw him.
that's true. I mean, seems like a fine idea. I'd rather we didn't take something that was going to be, too, something that's going to be extremely high investment, but I wouldn't mind taking some extra jobs for the time being.
Kalos will sort of ooze off the couch to his feet and just be like, alright, let's go bother Volo.
Let's go bother Vola. I
One
love
does
it.
not bother Volo. Volo bothers me.
Volo bothers you.
Yes.
I want to go and see if I can get a free meal from Volo, so I have to spend my free meal tokens.
We pester Volo so hard, he actually complains to Elminster. We get a formal letter of thanks from Elminster.
Oh god. But yes, anyways.
I'm gonna
Onwards
quickly.
to the yawning portal.
Ivory quickly abscond. Like, very quick. Yes. We go to the yawning portal. Ivory very
Sounds
quickly runs upstairs to pop the. To not carry the bottles on her, though. They're tucked safely in her room.
I've been
They're in the,
organizing
They're
my.
in brown paper
In
bags.
my room? I walk in, everything's the wrong way.
Everything is infinitely messier, but no, not your room. I've been organizing my character sheets equipment list. It's probably about 2/3 the size now. There's so much shit on this list.
Good lord.
No, it's if you check the last features and traits list, it's the shit I have at home now. But oh my god, I have so much shit. And if you open up the adventuring pack, it's like another 50 pieces of shit anyway here.
I recommend text
No, that's
documents.
We can't do the thing again. We already did the spinning thing, so we're already there.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
We need
basically.
one that plays in reverse so you can take it back.
About what
Oh shit, that is a very that's a very good idea.
About what time is it, William?
But, it's
That'll be like
pretty early.
midday, surely.
They get you guys
Fantasy
get to
noon.
the yawning portal probably around 1 p.m. or so.
Okay.
Alright.
Sod's gambling.
Now,
Just at a table
Yeah,
of like big sweaty guys playing cards. It's just like two
Who's the
adventurers, a miner. Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry, you continue.
Yeah. Literally just like 6 guys scrunched up at one table, and then there's Facade at one of the seats. Just huge barrel-chested guys, just all scrunched up at the table, and then Facade.
I was expecting you to say Facade was disguised as one of the guys.
No, not today. Not today.
As one of the beefed up guys.
I love the fact that looking at this image, not a single one of us is sitting at the same table.
Listen, we all have our own edgy brooding corner.
Unfortunately, all the shadowed corners A are taken and B have lanterns. So,
We have 4
gotta make
fucking edgelords.
that is one of my favorite Tumblr things where it's like what happens when multiple edgy bitches end up at like the same tavern to like they share the corner or take turns or something. I think it's like
I
they're
don't
like what happens when Aragorn and Geralt of Rivera are both there. Do they just sit in the other's lap or something?
Who's your friend? Don't know, he just sat here next to me while I was waiting. It's just 2 dark hooded figures in the corner of the bar. Neither of them speak to each other. One just
Please be considerate. Please limit your brooding to 10 minutes.
So, like the waitress comes by. So, would you two like to order anything? They both, in perfect synchronization, almost as an echo, grunt. Ugh. Right, I'll be back later.
Oh no, someone's cleared all the fire out of the bottom right fire. Now the only fire left is in the top middle one.
But yes, anyways. Yeah. you guys will enter the yawning portal, where you see a person is doing various sword tricks at the stage. You see, like they are dancing with the sword, uh, twirling it in
Dancing with the
very,
sword.
very.
You say dancing with the sword, and I immediately thought of Dancing with the Stars.
Oh no!
Come
But
watch
yes,
amateur dancers try and not dismember themselves with a sword. Oh, there goes the arm. I think he's recovering though.
He's powering through.
It's a good thing he's an axolotl. But yes, yeah, you see, like he does like this this dance that starts out very slow, but gets faster and faster and faster as the dance goes on, to the point where like it's very hard for like most people to even like see like to see his hands moving. It's as they are just like going up and down, around, everywhere. Akalos could probably do this, but he would need like probably some slight effort for like the choreography and stuff like that. But yes, eventually, then you see he brings out a second sword, uh, not having stopped at all, so just continuing, like still twirling the blades. And then you see as he stops, rests the two blades over a pair of candles that were next to him as they ignite, having been covered in some sort of flammable substance, and then begins the dance again, starting off slow once again, and then picking up speed faster and faster and faster.
How fast do you
But
think it
yes,
would take for you to do that? Ivory leans over to Akalos. How long do you think it would take you to learn how to do that? If they just handed it to you and told you to try.
Well, I do know how to use those swords.
it is a pair of
But-
scimitars, by the way. I don't know if that matters at all.
Let me bring up. I think I got that.
I believe they are considered simple weapons.
No, they're martial weapons that have the light property, I think.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I can do that. Yes, well, I do know how to use those swords, but it does look quite complicated. Maybe a few days, at most.
See, I see.
This is why I like to use my fists, though, you know. None of this waving around, you can just punch the guy. Though I do admit I do have more trouble lighting my fists on fire.
You know, maybe we should get you a pair of, I don't know, gloves or some. Maybe not gloves. That would.
Chaos quite notably does have fingerless combat gloves, which he specifically
Yeah,
brought
maybe
so he
we
could
should-
punch the frog without being poisoned by his skin.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
I never got to use them, man. Chaos is very disappointed about that.
You know what? I'm sure there'll be more frogs somewhere.
Man, you
But,
could have just bought some cases.
Maybe we need to get you something that lets you put your fist on fire without necessarily actually lighting them on fire. I'm not telling you to light your fists on fire. I just want you to know that.
It sounds like you want me to light my fist on fire.
No, I don't want you to light your fists on fire. I just think if you could punch people with fire and not have it burn your fists, that would be pretty cool.
You are quite convincing. It does sound painful, though.
Starts pouring oil
I'm
on
not-
his knuckles.
He's stolen one of the oil, oil vials for the Molotov cocktail. He's nodding. He's pouring the oil.
He never
on
makes
his
eye
fist.
contact with you. He's looking you right in the eye, nodding up and down. He's reached into your bag and pulled out the oil, popped it off with one hand, is pouring it on his knuckles.
No, he tapes the flask to his fist, and then puts like an iron rod or like a flint on the back of his on his knuckles, so that when he punches something metal, it like sparks. So first the oil flask breaks on your chest, and then it sets you on fire.
That would be kind of fire, though. Just,
It
literally.
certainly would be fire.
That would be fire. I'm not wrong.
Anyways,
He's gonna need his scarf back pretty soon.
Right.
but yeah, you would also see is Lyson playing a game of poker.
A
I
slice
assume-
in?
Is license here?
Or, damn it, I keep doing that. Like I
Okay.
keep like
It doesn't
Medi.
help that they're very
Oh, you
similar. But yeah, 3-Dragon Ante
Uh,
with the boys that were met less than an hour ago.
I don't know why, but I feel in my head I'm thinking Facade is just playing like a dice game in the back alley.
Facade is crouched in with like a circle drawn in the dirt and is having bugs fight each other.
I like to think they're not even playing for money. It's all these big, muscly guys, and they're playing for like candy.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I mean, candy is probably a bit of a, especially with the winter the way it is, probably a bit of a luxury item.
True. But this is also water deep.
Yeah. But anyways, as you guys would note that Facade is there gambling with the boys. Volo is like sitting in front of the stage, like clapping merrily, like he seems to be quite interested in the show. Like, yeah, he seems to be quite invested in the show. You'll see that Durnan is seems to be quite busy pouring out various drinks. Interestingly enough, you'll actually see a trio of about you'll see a trio of like very tall, very broad individuals. They're wearing like these massive cloaks that look more like almost like they were just like multiple bed sheets put together. But yeah, no, that they're very large. If they were standing, they'd probably be about like 13, 14 feet tall.
Oh shit, wait. So you're saying they'll be 14 feet tall if they were standing each? Because I don't think the
Yes.
ceiling's that high. Jeez.
They're
No,
chronically hunched over.
No, like the main area you're at, the ceiling is like probably about 40, 50 feet, because there are 3 levels to this place, and like the center goes all the way up to the roof.
Still,
It's more like a mezzanine around the edges.
these are fucking like Verbeegs or hill giants. Probably hill giants.
No wonder it's fucking cold. That's a lot of air to heat, and all of it's up there.
Yeah.
They would do well with putting a drop ceiling in.
Then again, insane thought, it would be colder down in the Underdark, and because it's cooler down there, that's actively pulling the air downward. So it's creating a cross draft kind of thing.
Oh, that's a very fair point. As soon as you open the doors, there's just gonna be a massive wind down into the fucking tunnel.
Yeah.
No wonder this place is fucking cold. They have a giant chimney in the middle of the room.
Cover it up during the winter.
I just realized
That's
someone
why
could
there's
light
a
a
little-
fire at the bottom of the Underdark tunnel and smoke this entire place out.
That's why there's like a little brazier in the middle of every table.
Here I thought they were doing.
I'm assuming facade pays no mind to them as they go in.
Seeing this, Akels is going to pull out his horn of silent alarm, focus on facade and blow it.
Yeah, Facade, you just suddenly hear this very loud horn blare. Just.
I like to imagine
I love
that
this fucking
it's
thing.
like a sudden. I like to imagine it's like a sudden kazoo noise.
Facade just sort of.
Every time I think of a kazoo, I just think of Calliope Mori on stream talking about how, like, she ordered a bunch of kazoos and they were all broken, so she ordered a bunch more until chat was like, "You don't blow into it, you hum into it." And then she tried it and like the kazoo worked, and she's like, "God damn it! I ordered 3 more kazoos."
Yeah, and that's how you know, not much of a woodwind instrument musician.
There's this fantastic game called Outer Wilds, where if you get like the main ending, you get this grand, like it has beautiful music, there's this grand orchestral theme song and part of it. And if you get the silly ending, it has the main theme, but it's played by a kazoo choir.
Perfect. But
played by the developers of the game.
I love it.
Perfect. So you blow the horn. There's just a slow head turn. There was seemingly no other reaction. And then just looks back at the cards.
While she's looking at him, he points
here
at
now.
her and then beckons.
Like, turns and looks at you. You beckon. Just slowly head turns back to the cards.
Yeah, I figure you'll
I've
finish
read.
your hand at least.
Fucking money on the
You're
dirt,
probably
candy on
gonna
the
have
table.
more luck than I will right now. I think she's still pissed off at the whole "I punched you in the face, sorry" situation. I'm gonna go sit at the bar.
Well, I think you have a pretty big right to be pissed off at the whole "I took the appearance of your friend and my sister and tried to trick you
I
into
mean-
telling me confidential information."
Didn't even
Is
ask
that
a
really what
question
happened?
or anything.
I don't even think she asked a question. I actually think that I'm kind of starting to get the feeling that she just wanted to fuck with us, and she might not actually be aware as to why Lyson isn't here. I could have sworn we told her, but maybe I just assumed. I don't know.
I suppose you could have been trying to
Look-
fuck us. The vibe I got was less, more damaging. That's the term. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I have
Well,
zero
I
charisma,
mean-
give me a break.
You think you have 0 charisma?
You're talking a negative 1
Uh,
charisma over there. I
like
the
the
highest
fact that
party.
like you guys are all like rather smart, and like you have some good wisdom, but you have like as a group you have no charisma whatsoever.
This is the no charisma
have-
party.
We
The
have
Tomb
a
of
monk and
Annihilation
two-
party is going to be the charisma party.
Yeah, exactly right. Most of my backups are charisma based, but we have a monk and 2 clerics. We're very wise and little else, and our wizard often fucks off. So we're not that intelligent all that often either.
Charisma,
we
baby.
fuck around and find out, and we have enough strength and dexterity and constitution most of the time to allow that fuck around and find out to not hurt us too badly most of the time.
We're shown an anime
You are
party.
the smartest, most unlikable pricks in the city. Anyway, but yes,
Yeah, how much candy
Like,
do
there's
I
no
win?
reason for people. Sorry?
How much candy do I win, Willie?
I'll say roll a d100.
Alrighty then. 60.
You will win about 10 pieces of saltwater taffy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Water, salt, water taffy.
Water deep taffy. Or water deep salt taffy. I don't know. There's a joke there.
Saltwater deep taffy.
Okay. Yeah, you win that one. That was way better than mine. Saltwater deep taffy. That's very good actually.
Deep salt taffy.
That's the
Such
new
a
brand
funny
of
word
taffy.
to say.
Anyways, yeah.
I was actually
you-
trying to say salt deep water taffy, but saltwater deep taffy is better.
Water
Either
deep
way,
tooth pitch.
Congratulations, you failed successfully.
Anyway.
Either way, yeah. After a little bit, the performance will conclude. The gentleman will bow. And yeah, Vola will look around and finally notice that you're all there.
And give a small wave.
I'm going to give
Yeah, he
him
will.
the 1 moment gesture.
He looks like a bit slightly taken aback at the 1 moment gesture, but he'll all right, sure.
Well, yeah, alright.
He takes it to heart. You have exactly 1 second.
Turns to Facade, like, alright. So, we know where some of our targets are. Do we have a plan? You said you had a way to get your hands on them, but you'd need some help.
I can capture one, restrain him, more like it.
And then once we've got what we need, he dies. And then we have a limited
Eventually,
amount of time to act on that information.
we could also steal his identity.
That is a very good point.
What would stealing his identity actually do at the end of the day, though?
Well, it would
I'm
get
not
us
sure
into
what it would be
places.
useful.
If
Get
we,
us into.
if we, from the interrogation, learn the location of the person we're after, we could use his form to sneak in,
That is true.
or to affiliated structures.
It would only get us in the door. They would surely have call signs or
Well, we might
code
be able to get those out of
phrases.
him too.
That is true. We might be able to figure out some of them, if nothing else.
You're right, and that we'll definitely miss some, and it won't last forever, but hopefully it'll be enough.
If nothing else, having a reliable identity and face to wear means that in the case that we need to at least blend in with a similar crowd, at least visually speaking, that'll be easier to do. It
So
also
what help?
means that perhaps we can have one person who is close by to whatever we decide regarding the whole dwarf meeting incident. Not incident, but you know what I mean. The whole, well, not incident, but regarding the whole dwarf meeting specifically.
Ah, yes.
It would be useful to have somebody maybe use that illusion to remain at least somewhat close or close by.
Unfortunately, we do have 2 people capable of my disguise self, so one of you is the dwarf, one of you is the recruiter.
Would it be... there is an alternate thought I had. What if, instead of kidnapping the first recruiter, or something like that, what if we were to do as they say, actually get the guy recruited and see if we can get information from the inside?
That is another viable tactic.
Our disguises.
Does
are illusory. The more time we spend among them, the more likely they are to touch one of us.
Hmm.
Also true, and it only lasts an hour anyway, doesn't it?
Correct.
So it's
William,
not a long-term solution.
Yes.
I was gonna ask, given that we've dealt with, like, my side, like, on the side, presumably, like, I've heard people deal with, Xanathars before, would I maybe know anything, like, about, like, the recruitment process, or heard anything about, like, how that tends to go? Like, if it's, like, just seems to be, to my knowledge, like, be, like, an actual interview, or if there's other things that are associated with it.
We did actually go over this. A few of you
We
have
did?
heard
Okay.
of it. It's 300 gold entrance fee and murder one of your close family members.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And we're trying to see if we can leverage, like, I did the bombing as, like, can that cover it?
Mm-hmm.
So...
The gold's gonna be a whole other issue, though.
Well, his whole
I
story
don't
is he
think...
doesn't have the gold.
This is where I came to an idea. The dwarf turns out to be false, a ploy by the guards. The recruiter we capture and take the identity of, and then we claim he had to lay low. We act as if he narrowly escaped.
Still wouldn't buy us that much time.
I
We still have to
I see
disguise
what
self
you-
issue.
We need only
I mean,
to be pointed to the right direction. This is to cover for our interrogation time.
I see.
my only
So-
concern would be if there was a adequate punishment for not being able to keep the dwarf there and have that severely affect one of us, but
The whole point
not
is
everything
that
can
the
be helped.
dwarf didn't actually do it and was a fake by the guards to draw them in.
We set up the guards. The dwarf arrives and meets, and then the guard sees, or at least try to, according to what we say. If he gets away, the plan is ruined. But if we capture him, we have a day or two to get the information.
So what help did you say you would need to capture him?
He's probably going to have a few guards, especially with
Yeah.
the war going on.
We will need
Hmm.
a strike force for his associates. I can... What is it? Oh my god, brain. I can restrain him so he will be easy to capture.
And where would you obtain this task force?
Points at the three
The
of
guard,
you.
I'd assume, or us.
So when you said you'll need assistance, you just meant us.
And anyone we can gather. The guard will agree that this is of use.
So you want to bring them in on it, merge the two plans.
This is a part, yes. When we weren't allied with the Guard, this plan was more risky. With them, we have more options.
That is true.
So, head to a guard station and propose it. Specifically to, the folk who know the current plan.
I think Blackstaff or Silverhand would have the best options. Harper agents...
Let's go with Blackstaff.
Also.
Alright. Do we want to deal with that today then? No point in putting it off. If they're already searching for the dwarf.
We would best.
Shall
Fine
we
by
head out
me.
then? Alright, I'll just go apologize to Vola.
It will only take a couple of hours to set up. We still have to wait for the meeting.
Yes, we still have to make ourselves seen, but it's possible this might end up taking all day. So, and it's already midday. A few hours is everything really. It's winter, it'll be dark by then.
I do not think the meeting will be today.
No, not
I
the
doubt
meeting
it.
with the
Oh, you mean the
recruiter, but
guards,
going
yeah.
to Blackstaff will take some time, and then we have to actually begin to set the groundwork for said meeting, you know? We have to, make ourselves seen. But perhaps we do that more closer to the time.
We will also need to disguise you three. You stand out.
I'm perfectly inconspicuous, thank you very much.
You are brighter
Honest-
than a festival.
Sounds to me like we just need to plan our attack during a festival then.
We are 6 days too late.
And whose fault is that?
Yours.
How so?
I was not here.
Sort of squints at her for
He
a
does have a
moment.
point.
Well, we hadn't spread the rumors then. Alright, I
Started
will
spreading
go
the rumors like 3 days ago.
Okay.
I will go apologize to Vola, and then we can head out. Okay, let's stand up and make his way over.
Vola will, yeah, he'll greet you. So. Oh, hello there, Akalos. Are you here for one of those jobs I mentioned, or perhaps just a meal or something?
Well, we were here for both, but unfortunately something has come up ahead of schedule, so we do have to get going and jump on that opportunity. Sorry about that whole one moment thing. We were discussing the time frames involved.
Oh, no, that's understandable. Sometimes you just need to do what you need to.
Exactly. Good show, though, eh? That was quite a dexterous fellow.
Yes, I was hoping to speak with him later. Perhaps hear some stories about how he learned it.
Yes, I wonder where it's from. Or if it's just something he came up with.
It's probably a...
I have seen similar things in Kalimshan.
I see. Is that the one to the south?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well,
It's about as far south as you can get on the before you have to go west or through the ocean. Or no,
see.
before you have to go east or through the ocean. Sorry.
Interesting. Well then, I'm afraid we have to get going, but it's good to see you again. Maybe next time.
And you as well. Do give everyone my regards.
Will do. Achilles will give him a nod and head out to the others.
Sounds good.
Once we're outside, he's going to turn to Facade and say, you know, I feel like it's unfair that Ivory got to punch you, but I didn't. Do I get my turn now? You know, I'm just saying, all things equal.
Ivory. A Facade would see as Kalos is in front, Ivory just behind him just puts a hand in her face and it just slides down like, oh my god.
I don't know, is that what we're doing? We're exchanging. You can have one yourself on me if you'd like.
The monk asking this of the wizard.
Exactly.
I will remember that you asked that.
I look forward to it.
I'm
Seriously,
almost a
he
little
asked
more
it, just
concerned.
do it.
I'm almost a little concerned that wasn't a no.
seriously though, we should discuss this. What the fuck was that?
I believe Ivory has a problem with me or Ionel.
No, it's not you. It's not you. It's...
She kind of like half slumps against the side of the bar, just
your sister made it very clear initially on her departure that she was to not be seen again by any of us, and this apparently extended to those who knew her outside of us as well, and that if we did see her, there was an issue. So, with that in mind, and given that really she's given us no reason to doubt those claims, you suddenly showing up as her when I was already somewhat on high alert of anybody who looks like her, you can probably fill in the blanks, but I will admit that it was
Perfectly justified.
a mistake.
they say that at the same time.
It was a
Look, you don't
mistake.
just take the form of a friend of someone's and then not expect some sort of retribution. That's just sort of
To be
untruth.
honest, Facade, I actually thought that you knew. I figured you were aware.
I did? No. Think of it as
okay.
this. If Ionel is in hiding and is known publicly to be seen with your group, and there is a second visible Ionel seen with your group, while Ionel is still in hiding, which one do they believe is real?
And you see, had you explained that to us before you showed up out of nowhere, that might have been a bit more reasonable.
I had assumed
You know what?
Ivory's background would have made that a possibility.
Unfortunately, I'm not necessarily the most perceptive when it comes to those things. I am more aware of the things that I am directly told than the implied. I guess this incident just means that is understood a little better.
It is the
I was the
last
migrant.
time.
But I am sorry for punching you like I did. Was a little abrasive. I'm not sure if it was justified or not. To be honest, you haven't done anything to me. I mean, slicing really didn't either all that much. Well, that's complicated. Just well, that's complicated.
Relationship
That's
status. Complicated.
Relationship status caused spiritual upheaval.
yeah. I'm not sure. You know what? Actually, saying that nothing happened might be an understatement. But I also don't know how much of that was her and how much of that was. Anyways, that doesn't matter.
Should we? So how are we going to be taking care of this? Are we going to go to the
Flagstaff.
recruitment station first, or the individual? We're going to look at the individual recruiters, or what are we doing?
I believe we are going to Blackstaff to recruit Force Grey or the Guard to assist us and then go after an individual recruiter.
We should
Get
scope.
the
We should scope
information.
the meeting location. If we look into the recruiters, it may draw attention.
And by a meeting location, you mean the building, the one, the individual one?
The one we are to meet, the one we intend to capture in. Yes.
I don't know if they're going to be there.
It is not for that. It is to get an idea of the location, where they may hide, where we may hide, what traps could be set. A battle is won before a sword is drawn, not after.
Well, I am, as you said, brighter than a carnival, festival. So why don't you two illusionists deal with that?
Acceptable.
Well, big Mr. Half-Orc
I'm
here and
almost
myself.
honored that you consider me an illusionist.
No, more so than me for certain.
I have little information on your capabilities, Ivory.
Well, there's a couple things I can do, though most of it is rather self-inflicted, I guess you could say. Disguise self is certainly one of them, though. Unfortunately, I don't have the
That's such a
smaller
dire way to
illusion
put
things that
that.
you do.
I know, right? I was thinking of a way to make a joke out of it, but I couldn't.
Unfortunately, I don't exactly have the
The things that the
The-
Sharans and Loviator Church get up to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have access to the smaller illusions that you do, though.
It is safe to say that I can do anything Lionel can. But I was
I
always
can
more...
do anything. You can do better. I can do anything better than you.
But I was more committed. So perhaps a bit more. Basically just bragged, I'm better at doing the same things that he Slicin was.
Well,
No,
yeah,
that's
you
fair.
leveled up.
Well, I mean, you think you're that much better, then we might as well put it to the test,
If that is our best option,
You're the one who brought it up.
that does not mean I am the best option.
I mean, out of a lot of us, I think you are.
Likely. I know little of Jago. And
That's a
of
fair point, Jago,
Ivory.
Mr. Massive Half-Orc Man.
Massive
Thank you,
half-orc
Jago.
Jago.
Well, if we are recruiting this, or asking Blackstaff for help, perhaps she might know a better illusionist or a changeling or something of that nature.
A changeling would be best. Or alter self. I do not have that spell, but have been looking.
So we go to Blackstaff first. We suggest scoping out the building and targeting an individual.
Off to Blackstaff Tower.
You have access to the drop, you could do it yourself.
Yes, but I like doing it myself. I only
So
need
yes,
one.
you will head to Blackstaff Tower, where you will be greeted after the events of the last few days, where with the like the whole particularly bad windstorm and all that sort of thing. Yeah, you will be greeted, and she will say, "Oh, hello, all of you. But I'm sorry, I don't have any information for you at the moment. Were you looking for something else?"
One of our more, personal methods of involvement came through with some information. We have an inn with the Xanathars, perhaps. We have the names and last known locations of a few of their recruiters, the potential location of a larger recruiting center, and the identity of an individual they are quite interested in, well, recruiting that we could pose as. A few plans to how to make that happen.
And who might this individual they're looking to recruit be?
Kalos will gesture to the facade and then say, Dornair Drakebreaker, the Xanathar aspirant, claiming to have caused the field bombing.
Facade.
Is I was about to ask, is Facade there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Facade did
Yeah,
actually.
I was just asking because
Yeah.
every other time she refused to go in.
Yeah, that's because we weren't allied at the time, and Facade didn't want to be... You see, the moment she steps into that tower, they know what to look for. But since we're allying with them, it's okay for them to know to look for Facade now. If that makes sense.
No, that's fair.
If we were gonna betray them, Facade was hoping to be able to just fucking disappear into the woodwork. That can't happen if they know what to look for.
That's fair enough.
Not as effectively, at least. Granted, the whole mask and cloak and fake name get-up will prevent most forms of magic, but still, they'll be able to do it the old-fashioned way.
But yes, anywho.
So Kalos gestured at you. And he was talking about the dwarf.
So, Facade's going to... This is going to be, it's like under the cloak kind of deal. Gonna see how quietly I can throw up a minor illusion. And gonna try...
I'll say...
Yeah, but it's gonna be the illusion of the dwarf, and it's about 4'11" of edgelord, just this wide shoulder pad, spiked black breastplate armor, just
I believe
scar
you mean
down the
dwarf.
face. I said dwarf.
You said elf.
Did I say elf? Goddamn. But either way, it's just spiked black breastplate armor, huge scar down one eye, just the kind of graying towards the sideburns beard that goes down to like the mid chest, the swept back, like knot tied in the back hair, just traditional edgelord fucking dwarf. You know, he's got like a sort of almost cleaver like. It's similar to the chode, if you remember that, William. It's a sword, but it's really short and really wide, so it's basically a cleaver. And just this dwarf pops up. Don't on there, Blackbreaker. You have a fucking problem with me. I'll kill your kids first and make you watch.
There is like the raised eyebrow of like she applauds your effort, but you're trying to hide a spell from one of the most accomplished wizards in the city.
Well, it was more to show the dwarf, but yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm forced to use a D20 system for it, so shut up. I have a +5, but that means nothing.
But yes. Anyways, yes, as you she is like looking at it, as she's like nodding, and I'm guessing you put out false information about this person, or they wouldn't be interested in looking for them.
We were hoping
We did.
to frame him for the bombing.
He's claimed responsibility for it, and we know they are searching for him.
If we can fool their spies, they will believe.
We had a number of ideas.
The only slight issue with that is from what we've gathered, there's so many witnesses to the is he claiming to have done the bombing or to be the mastermind of the bombing?
The mastermind. We merely need false reports
That
of him.
That makes a very big difference because of the number of witnesses to seeing the Aarakocra set the actual match.
We say the Aarakocra was meeting him in private.
That could work.
Regardless, we figured we would perhaps lure in a recruiter with the spawn. We know where some of them are, or were. Capture them and interrogate them for information. That would obviously be on a time limit, but we could claim that, well, one of our ideas was that this whole dwarf fellow, Dornier, was exactly what he is, a stunt by the guards, and that our individual had to go undercover, go into hiding for a moment to disguise the fact that we had him and were interrogating him, and then use what limited time we have to attempt to learn more about Noska.
On the way
So,
here, a good idea.
if I get this right, your plan is to have this fake dwarf arrive, take credit for the bombing, kidnap the recruiter, and take his place, and say that the fake dwarf you made was actually a guard psyop to attempt to infiltrate the Xanathars Guild.
We lay our lies.
Well, that's simply one idea. We were
lies.
sort of spitballing, but yes.
If we can get the help of a shape changer, it would make it a longer term plan. Otherwise, this is a grab for a little information.
Disguise self only lasting an hour, of course. Other ideas were we simply don't mention the dwarf at all. Or take another tack with him, but yeah.
She's like nodding. As she'll like, as she's thinking about it, she says, I do not have any actual. I have some pull with the guard itself, but most of my influence is my own black hand. I do have a a couple of changelings on Rota. I'm sure they could assist you.
Her agent would also be useful. If you know of any.
I know of a few, but they and I are more professional than friendly.
If yours is a professional, it will do perfectly. We need a spy, not just any shape changer.
Ultimately, the
Nodding.
goal here is to obtain more information about Noska, preferably his location, maybe even get to him directly.
Additionally, if we layer deceptions on top of deceptions, it will cause them to distrust their own people. Should we get found out?
If you don't mind my asking, why are you after Noska specifically?
Well, we think he might have knowledge on, being the, right-hand man, we think he might have knowledge on the location of the shards.
The hope is to capture him.
Any high-ranking individual, really.
It's kind of our best bet.
He is known for going around these places despite his high-ranking nature. It's possible that we could get to him, whereas we don't have much information about what other individuals might be in part of the upper echelons of the organization.
That's true enough, yes. That is very
It would be a lot harder to track somebody down that we don't know anything about, but at least here we have some kind of a lead.
Yes.
And if he doesn't know, it's entirely possible he might know someone who does. Likely, even.
This plan is several plans interwoven so that one may lead into another in event of failure.
Another idea was to have the recruitment be a success, and we go in as both Dawn-Air Drakebreaker and a recruiter.
Depending on
interesting.
witnesses.
Yes, of course, this all depends on us capturing and interrogating a recruiter with as few witnesses as possible.
Yes, I can see that working.
It would add to credibility if one or two of his guards survive, but are actually our agents. But that may be too much.
That would be rather difficult, yes. changelings and or shapeshifters are, even in Waterdeep, somewhat rare, or at the very least known changelings are somewhat rare.
Someone of
But
similar build could be passed off.
Through disguise self.
yes,
That would limit the
is-
interactions to an hour, but that may be all we need.
Yes, the Xanathars are a somewhat large organization. I doubt everyone knows everyone. We could simply say that that the recruiter had different cards that day, or something like that.
Not entirely possible.
Yes, I believe I can spare 3 of my men for this. One of them is a changeling. The other 2 are. Let's see, one is a warlock. The other is quite a good warrior.
Great.
Helpful.
A warlock should
Where-
be able to escape with information more easily, if need be.
Possibly, yes. But for now, when and where is this meeting of yours?
We haven't set one up,
Oh.
but like I said, we know the names and last known locations of a number of recruiters and a building that is semi-frequently used as a mobile recruiting center. So if we simply have
Unfortunate.
Claudia here hang out around one of their last known locations, we should be able to find one.
As of now, we
They'll
know
find us more likely.
Yes, that.
they are looking for the dwarf. We need to be more public with him.
The good thing about warlocks is they can have disguise self at will.
Yes.
In fact, I believe they're very specifically keeping an eye out for him, meaning that they are, if nothing else, they are always keeping a watch to hear about any new news or see anything. Best case scenario is they're actively searching. Makes our life a little easier.
We would be best.
That means they're either trying to recruit him or have him killed.
Either way, they will send someone who is not a joke. We built up his strength.
Or at the very least, his commitment.
Yes. It would be best to stage him trying to be clandestine, but failing.
He does seem that type.
We need to set him up
I must agree.
as being good at it, but having made a mistake. He has been too invisible for too long for them to believe if he is bad at stealth. If a loud and boisterous fool suddenly appears, it will be suspicious. We play up his loud and boisterous persona as false when he is actually a clandestine sort. Every truth found will be another lie. And now the name makes sense.
Are you saying that Facade is actually a party girl?
Possibly. Who knows? He's Lyson was.
Yes, that might work well.
They say.
But we will. I will have my men meet you at your manor tomorrow, and we will see where things go from there.
Too many eyes. We will need a quieter place.
Oh yeah, I imagine a lot of different folks are watching our manor.
Additionally, we should stage an alibi. It may be best if I or Jago meet with them while you two are at the manor.
Yes, possibly.
That could work.
So, well, we'll likely all want to be there for the actual confrontation, but
I am referring to the setup meeting. We are being watched, are we not? I'm sure that they know that we are here.
no, we've taken jobs from black staff before.
I'm referring to right now.
Yes, I know, so am I. So, it won't be inherently suspicious, though they will likely be concerned.
If
And that's
we
assuming they are actively watching and not just checking up occasionally.
If they watch us come here, and then two agents.
That also does assume you are. That is a bit of an assumption that you are important enough to them for them to watch you.
Purely on the basis of we're assuming they knew that we had at least one shard, and are trying to find out where we put it.
The moment the trollish ones was in the poem, they would have watched.
And that we had already kind of made enemies of them by that point.
The chances that they are watching our every move are higher than not.
Good idea to operate under either way.
Xanathars.
I don't know which is funnier, being able to hear Freaky typing or being able to hear Nick typing. Because with Freaky, it sounds like he's like almost hitting his keyboard with how like loud it is, like
heavy
But
hand.
with Nick, it's like it's like seeing the like a hacker in a movie, just quickly little tip taps.
I have heavy hands and a mechanical keyboard.
I have very small hands and a thin laptop keyboard.
One of the things I want most is the Resident Evil typewriter keyboard that you can get with like where it actually sounds like the tack 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 tack, but the thing's like $1,000.
Ugh. I will never understand knickknacks of that sort, ever. I got a handsome Squidward figurine for free from one of my jobs and had it on my desk, and I thought even that was too frivolous. My walls are bare. I don't need that shit.
Oh, hang on. $670. I'm sorry. That's how much. My one was.
Could buy a good quality PC for that kind of money.
Or a power tool.
Yeah.
William, what you
Depends
sent
on the
me,
power
Oh.
tool.
I absolutely agree.
Oh God! I just saw another one. Resident Evil RE Remake 2, Bluetooth keyboard, typewriter, Capcom edition, made by Lexington, $1,993.
That's disgusting.
There is nothing
That's
about the
disgusting.
materials or the difficulty of craftsmanship in that item to be worth that kind of money. Fuck off. Anyway, so
What are you talking about? You get the game, and you get a typewriter, and you get an ink crib. Oh,
ugh. So
and I guess you get like this carrot case or something. Oh, fucking.
ugh.
Anyway, it's a hideous price, anyways.
So our plan is we're going to send in the changeling as the dwarf for the meeting. If the meeting goes sour, we send in the fucking, strike team, which is us and I guess a couple of agents from the Grey Hand, where we then capture the interrogator and kill and capture as many of his guards as we can. And then once we have, the corpses and the captured, we make sure there were as few or no witnesses as possible. And from there we work out staging it as the guards struck, they got some of the guards, one or two of the guards and the recruiter got away but had to lie low for a day or two. During that time, we have to interrogate the recruiter to get as much information on him and his group and what he knows and all that as possible. And then we have to send in the agent either as the dwarf, if it went well, to get more information that way through climbing their ranks and pretending to be other people within, because we're going to have a fucking changeling, so we can just have the changeling, get in there and switch places with someone else and so on. Or if the meeting goes sour, we're going to pose as the recruiter. Best case scenario, we get to pose as the recruiter and the dwarf and get a lot more information.
The problem.
So
with
the
posing.
plan right now is to actually get him recruited?
Yes, the
The
plan
problem
right
with that
now...
is then we'd have to do a bunch
Yeah.
of shit to work our way up the ranks, which probably no one would be too happy with, the guard and such, so...
That's the emergency thing. Basically, there's 3 people we're going to try to impersonate. A guard, the recruiter, and the dwarf. If we get all 3, cool, great. If we get at least 1, we have something.
I feel like the dwarf is the lowest priority.
Yeah, hence why the dwarf is bait.
That's because that's guaranteed at this point.
Yeah, the dwarf is fucking bait. It's just, if we're lucky, the bait might work. Like, that's a Hail Mary play, the bait. The dwarf would be
Alright.
nice.
Oh, I mean, yeah, the dwarf is guaranteed.
Yeah.
Or do you mean Iska when you say the dwarf?
Okay, I'm referring to our fake dwarf that we made. If the meeting goes off
Yes.
without a hitch, he's recruited, everything is fine, we're able to, replace the guy, and nobody is the wiser, all is well. Our fake recruiter, the guard, and the dwarf all make it in. After fighting off the guard, we stage the daring escape, and all that. And maybe even a death or 2 of the guards by the hands of the dwarf to ingratiate him. But they lost, the extra guards that we can't impersonate, and we get all 3 of them in. That's the best case scenario. Second place, we get a guard and the recruiter in. The dwarf was always a fake and was found out to be a fake. And, we just don't get the dwarf in, but we get those two in. Worst case scenario, we get just the guard. Okay, but lower case scenario, just the recruiter. So we're layering, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, we need as much deniable plausibility for them to, quote-unquote, find the truth, but that truth be able to be twisted into a new lie.
So what you want to do is you want him to get recruited and then kill the recruiter.
Basically, at the best
Set.
time to strike we will always be striking for the ambush. The best time to strike for the ambush, whenever it happens, we take it, and if we can replace the recruiter and one of his guards, we say, the dwarf did great, he helped me escape, he killed one of the guards, he was better than my men, blah blah blah, and we say, he's great, we need him.
Alright, so I'm gonna ask this. Is taking out the recruiter and taking his place the priority, or is getting the dwarf recruited the priority? What is plan
place.
A and what is plan?
Taking the recruiter's place.
Taking the recruiter's place is the priority. Okay.
The thing is, we're doing this all for one
because
style.
we have to kill the recruiter, basically.
Yeah, we're doing this all for one style, basically. All the plans are happening at the same time, and whichever one doesn't catch fire and die is the one we stick with.
I could not have said it better myself.
Yeah. I'm accounting for dice bullshit here, because we know how dice work. I'm making it where we'll have to fail 3 dice rolls really badly in a row for all of our plans to go horribly wrong.
Okay.
So yeah, our what we want to do is replace all 3, but whatever we get, we get.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll replace all 2 and add our dwarf, but you know what I mean.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we're just trying to get as many agents in as we can. So yeah, basically the story is the guards attacked, the dwarf was followed or being spied on because he made a big stir. They had been following him since the bombing. When they found out, the information got out. They did the attack. The dwarf might get fucking axed for that. It is the Zentarum. We are going to need a side plan for how the fuck our changeling is going to, deal with that. Or we could stage it as the guard just found out normally, at which point we could... No, they would have too much information moving too quickly for us to, drop the information that we figured it out just before the meeting was going to happen. The problem is we need to find a way for them not to blame the dwarf for setting them up should he get in. But I guess him killing guards will actually be the best way to do that, so we're gonna bank on that, actually. The fact that he killed 1 or 2 of the guards during the escape will be the, I'm not a double agent. Get back killing a guard. But, at this time, nobody's heard this dwarf speak or knows exactly what he looks like, so luckily we can let the changeling have some agency with that. Which will be helpful. So yeah, we're just trying to get as many agents in as we can, and yeah. If the recruiter's cover seems like it's gonna be blown, it'd be real great if we could get that changeling to replace someone else on their way out. But we'll see. That's a hope and a dream. We are gonna need somebody with protection from mind reading, though, because we know they have a fucking illithid, or one of them does, the Zentarum or Xanathars, probably both.
Well, that was Xanathars.
Yeah. Basically, we should be ready for mind reading. which luckily the changeling might be
Alright.
if they're a spy by trade. That's the plan. Can't do anything about Zone of Truth, sadly. They made that all-powerful because fuckery. I've been thinking for weeks of ways around it.
Which
I can't
is
find
crazy.
shit. Turns out not even glibness, the 6th level spell, can fucking do it because of the way that it's worded. So, fuck me, I guess. Moving on.
But yes. So, give me a second.
Yes. One of Freaky's deranged 30-step plans. It's a 10-step
But they're
plan.
fun.
Yeah. It's actually a 10-step
But
plan,
they're
but it's
fun.
been done in triplicate.
But yes. As you make this plan, she will nod to you. She will ask, is Lyson to stay, as like they need to get if they need to get like the armor and things made for the changeling in order to be able to have the disguise, and they need the smiths to like basically see what like the person looks like,
Yeah.
to recreate his gear.
As it stands, nobody
Yeah.
has actually seen this dwarf. This is the problem, so luckily they have a bit of agency. There's just a rough description. Which will be helpful.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I don't think she knows that. She just
did say
knows like
that.
they're looking for this guy.
No, I'm saying Facade told them that, but I don't think you heard me when I had said it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Yeah, just that's another reason is we're gonna need like to set up this dwarf as being good at stealth, because right now this dwarf be coming out of nowhere. If Centaurum looks into the background of this dwarf, they're gonna be like, the fucker doesn't exist. There is no loud, boisterous, angry murder dwarf out there by that name. But if we set it up where it's like, yeah, there isn't, but there is a very sneaky dwarf fitting his description of a similar name out there. That has been seen once or twice. Basically, we're setting up the boisterous persona as itself being fake, and the real one is actually really scheming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, and yeah, she'll still stay to help, feed the changeling all of the necessary information. Say, like, what to take agency with and what to follow to the letter and stuff like that. So that we don't have the changeling not know what details are already out there.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. And with that, you guys have made your plan. You guys are executing it. You guys are gotten your stuff. Unfortunately, this is where I'm going to have to end the session a little bit early.
Damn it. Alright.
I feel like this is where we're supposed to end technically, but
No, usually the games are about 4 hours, but
oh, okay. I thought there were 3 for some reason.
It's because the last few games we've ended early.
yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Alright,
Sorry
well,
about
yay,
that.
we got a game. Yippee!
Yay!
No, it's okay. To be honest, funny. Again, I was at Astro's place, anyways,
Damn.
over the weekend. So
I would feel bad if I know that they wouldn't mind probably, but given that they both have to get up at like 6 a.m. for classes, I feel bad when I'm staying in their living room. That is, you can definitely hear everything that's going on from where the bedrooms are, and I'd feel bad.
How is his classes doing? He's like, he's
We do.
going to be like an engineer, right?
Before we get into all
Yeah,
that,
he's
goodbye, people
he's
on the stream.
in